Yet another steamy summer afternoon.
It's a new season. You kind of drop into a playoff race.
That's how you break out of a slump.
That's a postcard right there.
What a play.
360 spin.
That we're playing today.
Going back, still going back at the wall. It's gone.
On Friday night in Philadelphia, the Braves and Phillies were washed out. So it's a doubleheader today, and you're going to see Game 1 here on TBS. A couple of 7-inning games under the new rules. So, Game 1, Sunday MLB on TBS. Braves and Phillies. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Studio C here in Atlanta, where we'll be calling this game today. Ernie Johnson, along with Joe Simpson, who played 9 years in the big leagues and has been a broadcaster basically ever since, and now you get to call the 7-inning game. It's great to see you again.
Hey, we did that all the time in the minor leagues. Not a problem.
Ron Darling is going to join us from New York as well, and the last time Ronnie pitched in a 7-inning game, it was probably Legion Ball. But Ron,
no, Ernie, the Harvard boys, probably.
Oh, the Harvard boys. Yeah, that's right. Hey, it's great to see you again, partner.
Good to see you.
We'll get back to Ron in just a second. Let's talk about the Phillies, Joe, because in this irregular season, they have experienced everything.
They have had to deal with the virus, not necessarily with their own team, but because they opened up with Miami and got postponed because of that. Then the tropical storm comes in and blasts them. So they've got a lot of games to play, 36 games in the last 34 days of the season, and it's really affected some of their players offensively. Just when they get into a good groove, they got to take 5 days off for one reason or another.
The Atlanta Braves were off to a good start. Now they got some bad news this week, especially with Mike Soroka going out for the season with the Achilles. Starting second baseman Ozzie Albies on the injured list with a wrist injury among the Atlanta woes at this point, Ron.
You know, Ernie, with the injuries to their starting rotation, that's why you'll have a pitcher, Huascar Ynoa, get a chance to pitch. Only 22 years old, came over from the Twins, and his manager Brian Snicker said stuff and skills plays here. He's got plenty of both. And for the Philadelphia Phillies, Vince Velasquez is a guy that really needs to pitch well in this first game of the doubleheader, because in the second game, Spencer Howard, Philadelphia's stud, will be pitching that game.
Phillies manager Joe Girardi has been dealing with all of this, says the inconsistency has been the thing that's been most troublesome. He also says, what's going to happen next? Locusts? Let's hope not. Looking at the Philly picture that I'm looking at, doesn't look like a chance of locusts today. That's always good news. First pitch coming up next.
MLB on TBS is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. By T-Mobile, America's most reliable 5G coverage. And by the Lincoln Summer Invitational Sales Event.
Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, temperature in the mid-80s, the humidity beginning to climb, and we get ready for Game 1 of a doubleheader. We just, again, bringing you Game 1 here on TBS between the Braves and the Phillies. Today's batting order brought to you by Ram, built to serve. Ronald Acuna Jr. will lead it off for the Braves in right field. Then it's Dansby Swanson, Freddie Freeman, Marcell Ozuna in the cleanup spot. Nick Markakis, a guy who opted out, then opted back in and hit a walk-off homer the other day. It's fifth. Then it's Johan Camargo. Adeiny Echeverria is the second baseman. Tyler Flowers behind the plate. And Ender Inciarte bats ninth and plays center field. And the Braves will be facing Vince Velasquez. Ron?
Velasquez came over from the Astros 4 seasons ago in the Ken Giles trade. His manager says only thing separating him from being one of the elite pitchers is his consistency with his mechanics, because he has all the physical tools.